Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Creative Care Fridays. I am Teresa. It is nice to see you guys. Hello, hello, hello. What is going on? Oh, how could I forget? And happy Halloween. I got my Creeping It Real shirt on. Um, Let me get comfy. Oh, I have all my Halloween stuff. Oh, over there now. I moved it, but I still have my beautiful butterfly. Anyway, good morning. Good morning to you guys. We're doing a little journaling today. I'm going to show you what we're doing. I have this board book. So I visited my daughter in Nashville in June, and we went to this place called McKay's Books. Holy moly, you guys. Let me put this silent. Yeah. Holy moly. So they had everything and anything. So it's thrift, but it's books, memorabilia, DVDs, CDs, comic books, all that kind of stuff. It's not there, no clothes, no knickknacks, stuff like that, but like collectibles, like those those things with the big heads, pop something. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, so I got a bunch of board books, 45 cents, 90 cents. This one's 90 cents. It has some kind of recording thing in the back. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then this one I really love. Plus, love me some Margaret Weiss Brown, but that was not the point. This one was 90 cents also, but this one has a cutout. This one's going to be fun to do, you guys, in the front and in the back. So how cute is that? The back is the mouse's hiney, and the front is the mouse's face. But this will take a little bit more work. So we're not doing that one today because I had to concentrate. I have to think about that one. And then this one, I like the shape. This has nothing to do with board books. This has nothing to do with kids, unless you want to steal a board book from a kid. Okay. Anyway, so this is the one we're working on today, and we're going to turn this into an art journal, a junk journal, a sketchbook, a photo album, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to show you how we are going to adjust this, upcycle it, whatever, and make that into a journal. Easy peasy. I have a download for you guys today. It's 3 pages. You can use for collage. You can use for fussy cuts. You can use for whatever you want. That is in the link below, and it is free with, it's only 99 cents anyway, but it's free with the code CCFFREE. CCFFREE, all caps. All right. So let me turn you guys around, and we're going to get started. So board books are cool. One reason, first of all, they have very thick pages, less chance of them warping. Second of all, they have really cool illustrations already in the back pages. Okay. Third of all, the pages are nice and small. I should make a video just on this. Third of all, the pages are nice and small. It's not overwhelming. It's not as overwhelming as, let's say, the composition notebook I've been working in. These pages are quite a bit bigger. You can see that. Okay. So you can get done quicker. You can feel more successful. And then there was another one, but I can't remember. So I'll think of it though. So that's why I came upon someone who was using board books for their art journals. So, but now these, you don't have much room in here. You don't have much room in here in the spine, okay? Because once you start even layering and collaging and putting papers and whatnot in here, it's going to get a little fat and it's not going to cooperate. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this, but if you wanted to work in your board book and then do this at the end, you could. But this is about showing you how to transform this junk journal book into this board book into a junk journal or an album or some kind of book that you can use. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm opening it flat. See this space in here? Board books are put together a little bit different than regular books. All right. So you want to see this space in here. It's connected to the back cover and it's connected to the front cover. You want to cut this. So I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to come in here carefully. And I'm going to cut this part away from the front of the book. Be neat. It matters, but it doesn't completely matter because we're going to cover this. So be neat. Okay. Now, when you're done with this, if you have some jagged edges here, you can get your mat and you can come in here and you can just cut them off. Or you can take one of them finger boards, those finger files, a nail file, emery board, whatever you want, and clean this up. Totally up to you. Let me put that away. Okay. So now that we have cut it away from there, we're ready to go. So how is everyone? What's new? Happy Halloween. Did you guys get a lot of trick-or-treaters? Let me move these out the way. I don't get any trick-or-treaters, you guys. I still love Halloween. Love it. But it's not like it used to be here. I don't think it's like it used to be anywhere, actually. But we don't get any trick-or-treaters. We're on a flag lot. Oh, let me tell you something funny. So we're on a flag lot. We don't get any trick-or-treaters. My driveway is long. My driveway is long, cold, and dark. So I have been married to APHFM for 14 years. Love him. He's the best. You guys know that. But every year for like over 10 years now, maybe close to 12 years now, we don't get any trick-or-treaters. Pop in the comments and let me know if you get trick-or-treaters. Let me know if you even like Halloween. Good morning, Diane. Hi, Chan. Chan, 167777. Good morning to you. Let me know, did you get trick-or-treaters? Are you into Halloween? Could you care less? Totally up to you. Oh, gotta share that. Okay. So every year, APHFM comes home with a big bag of candy. And I'm like, why do you buy this big bag of candy? I don't really eat candy. I like dark chocolate. I'm not gonna say, I'm not no health nut, obviously. But regular candy, I like dark chocolate. I like soft chocolate chip cookies. I like ice cream, which I can't eat anymore because I'm lactose intolerant. But a big bag of like mixed Halloween candy, could care less. It could stay in there for years. Wouldn't even touch it. So anyway, I'm like, why do you buy candy? We don't get any trick-or-treaters. And he always says, you never know. And then a week later, he's eating all that Halloween candy. So it's kind of like a game now. But anyway, I digress. So that's my little trick-or-treating story. So let's go back. So do you guys have trick-or-treaters? You like trick-or-treating? You like Halloween? You guys know I like Halloween. And my daughter sent me a video this morning. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can show you guys here. Because I'm going to ask her if she will let me post it. I don't know if she's going to let me post it. It's 2 minutes long. I don't want to. I'll ask her if she'll let me post it. And then I'll show you guys. So, all right, back to the book. So we have taken our board book. I had more here. And a board book needs a lot of room for the board pages. So I laid it flat, and you want to cut the spine, I guess, the spine away from the front of the book. And then I'm going to take a piece of this nice and thick masking tape. I was going to use paint tape, but then my husband had this masking tape. So you want to rip it a little bit longer. That's a little bit longer. I'm not a big fan, and we live in the woods and don't get any trick-or-treaters. Christmas is your thing? Well, Christmas is my second thing, Diane. So I love to decorate for Christmas. I usually make a video too, and I will. So I took this piece of tape. I'm going to tape it to the spine part first. Okay. This is going to give our book a lot more flexibility and make it easier to spread if we fill it with stuff. Okay. And I'm using my fingers. This is tacked down. I'm using my fingers because I feel like the pressure and the heat, not that my hands are that warm, that's another story, helps it stick. And then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to put this over, not tight, but fold it over. All right. And again, I'm going to push it down. Don't worry about it. It's all going to get covered. Don't worry about the tape sticking over. Don't worry about the tape on the book. It is all going to get covered. And now you will notice our book will have a little bit more flexibility in it when you start filling it and putting your art or your collage or your pictures in it or whatever. Let me put those together so they don't get stuck on everything. I'm just folding these up so they don't get stuck on everything until I get to cut them off. All right. Then the first thing you want to do is cover your spine. You can cover your spine with paper, craft paper, stash, whatever you want to do. I'm going to look for something. I have my printable here that I cut out, that I printed out. But I'm going to look for something in my stash to cover my spine with. Okay. Just because I think I might want some tissue paper or some thinner paper. So this is like that. Oh, see, this is like that craft paper or packing paper. I think I might want something a little bit thinner like that to cover my spine with. So I'm just looking. Oh, here's some cool tissue paper. Maybe I use that. I don't know where I got that. Okay. And I think it will match. The tans and stuff will match. So let me stick this back in my file folder and close this up. You want something on the spine that's going to move with the spine. And that's why you could use one of these. I mean, we're talking about a junk journal or a sketchbook. It's not really that important. But I'm teaching you guys, so I'm going to teach you guys the right way. So let's open this. It's not real freezing cold. The sun is shining, but the wind is blowing, you guys. The wind is blowing and blowing and blowing. There's leaves, there's stuff, all kinds of stuff going on outside. I might even just use the plain piece because, and I think I'm just going to use this quadrant right here in this plain piece of tissue paper. Now, ordinarily, if I collage in the board book, because the pages are thick, and if I'm using like these PDFs, copy paper PDFs, I will use a thicker medium like this liquid text. But because I'm doing tissue paper on the spine, I'm going to use Mod Podge. I'm not going to worry about the crappy job I did. I don't know if I'm going to fold this like a mat. Can't really fold it back up the way it came out. From whence it came. All right. I'm not going to worry about the crappy job I did cutting it because that's going to get covered. All right. So I'm going to open this. I think I'm going to stand it up. Is that going to work? Yeah, it is. All right. I'm going to get my Mod Podge. Okay, and my brush. And I'm just going to put a generous amount of Mod Podge on both sides of my spine here. And as I do my tissue paper and Mod Podge it on, I want to continually be moving my book, opening and closing. That's what I mean by moving. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to tap it on here. And this is tissue paper. This is packing tissue paper. It's not tissue. Okay. So let's do that. I can lay this one down. And let's do that. If you're worried about it laying nice, work from the middle. But like I said, this is going to get covered. So I didn't have enough here because I didn't know how far I needed to go. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And I'm going to bring it over. Okay. Pat it down. And then I'm going to add a sealer coat. Working from the inside out. Okay. Right onto my book. Now, this is what I meant by opening and closing. You want to keep moving your book while you do this to make sure that it's still going to move, bend, open, and close. All right, so I got my sealer coat there. I need a little bit more here. Bring that over. I'm not laying it down because the other side is wet. And again, working from the inside out, I'm putting a little seal coat on here. Now, when I work inside the book again, depending on the paper I use, I'm probably going to use something thicker like this Liquitex. But for the tissue paper cover and for the cover, and again, keep bending, bending, bending. Okay. I'm going to put something under here so I can work. Actually, I'll start with the back. All right. And now it's just a matter of decorating your book however you want. You can do it in strips. You can do it in a collage. You can do it with one whole paper like this if you want to. Totally up to you. Whatever you want to do. I am going to cut off the white part here. Okay. And I might just use this. You don't want to, when you're doing this, you don't want to cover where the book bends. So you don't want to put any more paper. So where you start your collage is going to be out here a little bit. So let me turn it around. I might just use this. I mean, it's already lined and ready for you to go. How far does it go? It goes to there? Yeah, why not? We'll make this one easy for you guys. So I'm going to get my Mod Podge. You know what I need? I need my protector sheet. Oops. If you don't have these protector sheets, feel free to use wax paper. These come from my the canvases I get. They have this protector on them so the canvases don't rip. And then I just use them for this. But if you don't have anything like this, just use wax paper or parchment paper, something that's not going to stick and that you can peel off. Right. So I'm putting a decent amount of Mod Podge on my cover. And then I'm going to take my printout. And I'm going to try and lay it on here as straight as possible. Let me get a scraper. And I'm just going to scrape back and forth. So this is a 3-page PDF download. It's free with the code CCFFREE for this month only. You can get it. You can use it for collage, scrapbooking, whatever you want. And I'm just using my burnisher in here. Get out the bubbles and make sure it's all laid nice and flat. I like to run it along the edges so I can see exactly where my edges are. And then I'm going to put a sealer coat. And then we can use this for whatever you want. I'm going to start actually doing my old cards. I've saved my cards from my kids and my husband for years. So I think I'm going to start doing my cards in a book. Is there anything you save? Do you save recipes, cards, tags? What do you save that you can put in a book like this? All right, so that's the one side. Now I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to open this so it doesn't lay down. I'm just going to leave that on there for now. We want it to dry. All right, let me move my stuff. I need black. I need white. After today, I don't need orange and purple anymore. Orange and purple are going out to pasture. Probably won't be using a lot of that with Christmas. As a matter of fact, I have a YouTube video. Oh, need another protector. I'm in a YouTube collab tomorrow, Christmas theme, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it releases at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, so you don't have to worry about it. If you are subscribed to my page, you will get notification. If you subscribe to my page, you will get notification when that video goes live. And then you can actually watch the entire playlist I've been with this collab group for probably almost a year now, or over a year now. And, oh, I didn't think about what I was going to do here. Darn it. Oh, I guess I'm just going to have to be simple. Simple, simple. So, yeah, I've been with this collab group for over a year now. Awesome bunch of talented women. So I'm just cutting off the one wide edge. I probably would have done something a little bit more creative, but since I was talking and not paying attention, I'm just using this one piece of paper. Okay, and get my scraper. I can decorate more on the cover. This is just the one layer, but I probably would have been more collage-like. But these papers are easy enough. If you don't know what to put together, you don't know what to collage, this is a very good start. I love making papers. Some of them are a little bit more involved than others. Some of them are simple, you know, because we all have different tastes and aesthetics. But I love making papers, and I have a bunch of downloads on my website. So make sure. And then again, let's do, I have a bad habit throwing things away. You know what, Diane? That's not a bad habit. That is not a bad habit at all, really. I mean, right now in this, we want sentiment and we want to save things. And we're, oh, look at my kid's drawing from 2nd grade. But honestly, Diane, we're getting ready to move. We're going to be moving in 2 years. This has been my home since 1992. I have been purging, and I'm hoping to have time and be able to spend the time photographing things, maybe making a book like this over some special highlights, a book each for each of my daughters, special highlights from their elementary years or their sports playing years, whatever it is. But it's really not a bad habit to throw things away. We have as a society way too much stuff. Okay. And now that I'm into this whole junk journaling, paper crafting, whatever, I have even more stuff. So everyone thought I had a lot of paint, but look at this. Let me see if I can pick it up. Move my scrap paper. I have this giant box of scraps, all different kinds of scraps. Papers I've made, old patterns, maps, and I love maps. Maps. Okay. That's from a course I'm in. Collage magazine papers, and I have them divided up over covers and then different colors of the rainbow. Okay. I have my, well, these are my stencils that I use in my junk journalings. Oh, here's my tissue paper. Where's that other thing? Tissue paper. So you know what? Good morning, Pam. So if I didn't have this, you know what? It's okay. Really. It's really okay. So good morning, Pam. You just hopped on. We are converting a board book, a children's board book that I got for 45 cents at this place called McKay's in Nashville, into a journal. Either it can be a journal, a sketchbook, an art book, a photo album, a recipe keeper, whatever you want it to be. I'm just showing you how to make the spine wider so you can come back and watch the replay right from the beginning and do the covers if you want. This one's almost dry. I'm going to get my dryer for that. Okay. I leave, honestly, so I would leave this like this for a few hours. Give it a couple of bends. But I would leave this like this for a few hours until I came back and trimmed everything off. I'm going to show you how I trim it off. But I would leave it. I would want it to really, really dry. The drier it is, the easier it is to cut and trim without the paper tearing, catching, and pulling. Okay. So, and then these are just what I use when I need to protect other pages of my book. These are plastic. You can use parchment paper, you can use wax paper, you can use freezer paper. This way I'm not getting glue all over the rest of my book. All right. So I'm going to turn this around and let's see. I'm going to get my little cutting mat, which I just had before. Here it is. My little cutting mat. I'm going to slide it under here, make sure. And I'm going to get my knife. And maybe I'll get this ruler too. So I'm going to hold my ruler. All right. Oh, I don't want that knife. That knife is broken. Okay. I'm going to find the edge. I think that's pretty much it, right? Where's my edge? Yeah, that's it. Find my edge, put my ruler down, and then see how it pulls a little bit there? If it's not completely 100% dry, it'll catch and pull. And we don't want that. So that's why. But you guys don't want to sit here and watch glue dry, right? And again, if you don't like your edge, you can come back in with an emery board, a finger file, a sanding block, whatever you want, and clean up that edge like that, okay? I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to do the corners now. Okay. Most board books have rounded corners, I think, because otherwise they'll take your eye out. Okay. I need to get something. Oh, another board book. I'm going to stick this under here. I'm going to put my mat in here. And now we got that nice and flat. I'm going to get my knife. I'm going to start gently cutting. If you don't have a craft knife, you can use scissors. Totally up to you. Okay. But again, this corner was a little tricky because it wasn't completely dry. I'm not going to worry about it. All right. I'm going to switch to this side. I can use my ruler if I want to. I don't think I really need it because the edge of the board is pretty tough enough. Can you guys see? Wow, good morning. I have a bit of, So there's really nothing wrong with throwing stuff away, really. All right. So like I said, this would work much better if it was dry. All right. Got a little bit off of there. And now we've done, look how, oh my God, that's so pretty. I've done the back of my book. All right. And I'm going to wait for the rest of this to dry to do the front of my book. I don't want to start ripping it or tearing into it or whatever. So, but that's the back. This is the front. And then when you want to work in it, you can just start collaging in here, however you want to collage. We could do a page if we want. In my collage, I like to rip my edges. Okay. Oh, I have that little piece of tissue paper left, and we have that. So this is a digital download for you guys. I can even use these. Why would I not use these that I just cut off? Let me put my protector in here. Let me make sure. I'm going to use my Mod Podge because that's what I had out, and I'm only doing paper right now. But if need be, and if I was doing like thicker stuff, I would use my Liquitex. Okay, but we're here. And then you just, you know what, if you want, you can lay it out first. Or you can just go for it. Tissue paper will help you see through to what's behind. But you may not want to see through to what's behind, so then you're going to use copy paper. I might try and leave that tree there because that looks really cool. Painting is my passion. I just keep collecting paint canvas and brushes. Donna Dewberry, current crush. Oh, I totally get that. Love me some Donna Dewberry. I think I might have told you this, Diane. I'm not sure. I am a certified one-stroke decorative painter. I have a beginner one-stroke course on my website. I have tons of books and brushes and video tutorials from Donna. I love Donna. I have met her and spent time with her several times. She has a convention or a conference every year. Convention, one-stroke convention. And we paint for 3 days straight, start to finish. And it is exhausting and fun. Oh, you didn't? Yes, I am. That's how I started. I started as an acrylic artist. And we paint start to finish for 3 whole days. Yeah, Diane, if you go to my YouTube page, I don't know if you're on Facebook or YouTube right now watching me, but if you go to YouTube, there are tons of videos with one stroke. And then I have that beginner course. Teaches you how to do 3 leaves and 3 flowers. The filler leaf, the heart leaf, the wiggle leaf, and then the 5-petal flower, the sunflower, and oh God, I can't remember what the 3rd flower is. How could I not remember? That's terrible. And the 3rd flower, the answer lies in the 3rd flower. So yes, acrylic painting is my jam too. That's how I started. Years ago, there was an adult ed program at my local high school. It was subsidized by a local college. And I took lessons. The lessons, Diane, were 6 2-hour lessons over 6 weeks for $60. And it was awesome. Oh, I'm going to turn this around. Just have a little contrast here. And I loved it. And when I first went, I really wasn't into painting, but I thought it was pretty and I thought it was cool. And I knew who Donna Dewberry was from QVC. And then I went and I sat in the back and just did my own thing. And then I decided that I loved it and I was good at it. And then the next thing you know, woohoo! Oh, so you are on my YouTube. Nice to see you, Diane, from my YouTube. Yeah, so if you have not hit the subscribe, please do. And then there are so many videos on there. Most of my YouTube is acrylic art. I've now, the past year, switched to like this mixed media stuff that I'm doing. But yeah, it really was. The woman used to come who taught it. Her name was Marianne. She passed away now, which is very sad. But she used to drive over an hour to come and teach this class. She was an awesome, sweet woman. She lived in a really rural area of Long Island. Well, she lived in Montauk, which is kind of far away. And so when she would come this way to teach the class, she would do all her shopping. She would go to Price Club. She would go to Target because none of that is out there in the area in Montauk where she lives, in the rural area of Montauk where she lives. There used to be a Kmart, but that was it. So she would come and do all her shopping. And then her car would be loaded like from top to bottom with stuff. It was very funny. But she was awesome. Come to find out once, so that was long before I knew Donna. When I finally did meet Donna, and Donna asked, you know, how I got my start and how long have you been painting and whatever, and I told her I was from New York. She actually knew Marianne. Marianne was a plaid folk art ambassador, and Donna and Chris at the time who worked for Plaid both knew Marianne and like loved her, which I could totally see why. So it was cool that I got to then meet Donna. And now I've met a lot of Donna's family. They're great, great people. I haven't painted with Donna in a long time just because it's hard to do all the things. You're coming on. That's awesome. I love when things work the way they're supposed to work. Cool. Yeah, so if you want to check out, I have tons of stuff. Diane, did you say you were new to Donna? And one stroke, or you've been doing it? 6 degrees is actually 100% 6 degrees of separation. If you're new to Donna, I have a bunch of books of Donna's, and I would be happy to mail you one. Obviously, don't put your address in here, but if you want to email me your address, I assume you're in the United States. If you want to email me or message me your address, I can actually put my hands on them right now. I have tons of these books, Diane, and I will mail you one. Door wreaths, small and pretty. Oh, paper crafts. I'm going to keep that one. Painted home, clay pots, all kinds of. You're in, I think MI is Michigan. But and are you in Michigan? My friend lives in Kalamazoo. Anyway, my email is right on my page. You send me your address. I'm going to send you a Donna Dewberry book. Okay? I'd love to share. And if you're okay with that, I will send you a book. I love sharing my art, and I have more books and more Donna Dewberry stuff than I know what to do with. So I would be more than happy to send you a book. Okay? Anyway, back to business here. So I am just collaging while we're chatting because I'm on here and this is what I like to do. And this will probably not, this is not going to be finished. This is just base. This is just background. I'm going to show you what I did the other day for background in my other journal. This is just background. This is just to get started. This is just to cover what's underneath. You can leave it. You can not leave it. Yes, it is. Oh, that's so generous of you. Thank you. Yep. It's in there. You just hit me up and I will send it. No problem. Like I said, I love doing what I do. I love sharing what I share. Art has been my therapy. Art has helped me out of more than one or two, but two very stressful times in my life. One of them, I don't know if you guys saw my hat because I moved around, but this one, I'm wearing my Cure CJD hat. I wear it. Do you know? Diane, I love Amanda. I love Amanda. We're pretty close. I've known Amanda for years in this art world. Love her. She's awesome. She's so talented. So talented. But anyway, so I started this sharing, not my art journey. My art journey I've been on for a while. But I started this sharing when my sister was stolen away by CJD in 2016. If I didn't have my art at the time, I don't know how I would have made it through grieving my sister being stolen away. I mean, not only was she stolen away, she was stolen away by a rare fatal brain disease that none of us had ever heard anything about. Not that any disease is worse or better than another. That's not what I'm saying. But it was a really difficult time. My sister was older than me. And back in the day when she thought she was my second mother, we weren't very close. She's the best. She is the best. And then we got closer. And then fate had other plans for her, and that was that. And so when my sister was stolen away, I got back into my art because I just needed something to take my mind off of the grieving process. And that's when I made my Facebook page and started sharing my art. So I have lots to share, and I am happy to send you one of my books. I'm happy to share it. I'm happy that you like art. I'm happy that I can do it and that I can be generous and share my story and my other things. So I have no problem. We're going to get that right out to you as soon as I get your address. Okay? Anyway, I need a couple more pieces for here. I don't know what I want to put, though. I'm trying to leave the tree, believe it or not. I don't know if it necessarily goes, but I am trying to leave it. This is because I like it. And I'm also showing you guys how you can incorporate pieces on your page to your art or your collage. Totally up to you. Okay. So there we go. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. Oh, let's get rid of that white. It's funny. I'll rip off the white piece that printed, but then I don't care that there's the white edge on from where I ripped. Okay. I got my scrap out of here. Okay. So this was just background. Sometimes I'll spend, I'd be happy to be, no ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate that, Diane. But no, it was my offer and I got you. But thank you for offering. So sometimes I like to come in here and I'll spend like an hour or so just doing backgrounds. And so the other day I was in here. Let's move this out the way. I took an old calendar. This is just some of my junk journal layouts. I took an old calendar and came in here. I have to cut them. They're not cut yet. But I came in here and I used my old calendar and I did all these backgrounds. And now these pages are prepped from when I come in and I want to do some junk journaling. I did all 12 picture pages of my calendar. Like I said, I have to come back in and cut them off, make them nice and, well, not that neat, but they're a little overhanging. And these are my backgrounds ready to go for when I come in here and start to journal, which is the same like I did with this page. Now, could this stay this way? Absolutely. I could come in here and draw whatever I wanted, but I was just playing with you guys, hanging out, chit-chatting. Love to chit-chat and catch up. And there we have it. I'm going to give this a little bit more time to dry, and then I'm going to come back in and cut it. I'm going to stand it up so it dries really well. It's picking up stuff. Let me pull these out. Well, let me leave this in so this stays protected here. And then I'm going to stand this up. So it completely dries. Let me give it another little bend. There we go. That's good. I'm going to stand this up here so it completely dries. And then thank you. Then I will come back and trim the whole thing up and share a picture of it with you guys. If you want the download, this is what's left of it. And that's it. So I took this one 90 cents. This one's going to be fun, you guys. We'll do this one in a few weeks. Isn't that cool? Oh, this one says something. Happy first birthday, Ivy. Love Uncle Jim, Aunt Wim, Hannah, Lucas, and Tara. Aw. Maybe when I cover it, I won't cover that part, even though I have no idea who these people are. Yes, that was the most important part of this whole video, was the growing the spine to make it wider for when you use it, because it's just easier. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Happy Halloween. Happy November tomorrow. It's nice to see you guys, and I will see you back here. So tomorrow is a YouTube collab. It's Christmas themed. I think that releases either at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Group of such talented women, and everybody does like all kinds of different stuff. The link to the PDF is up there. Also is the link to my junk journal membership that I share with my partner in crime, Serena. Love you guys. Nice to see you.